Hi, this is Kenty Can at the 4th annual Kotak Personal Injury Laws Military Appreciation Day here at the CAA Centre, home of the Brampton Beast. Today's Military Appreciation Day at the CAA Centre is a very, very special because it's the 100th anniversary of the signing of the armistice on November the 11th, 1918, which ended hostilities during the Second World War. Today, more than 1,000 members of the Canadian Armed Forces, their friends, their families, and cadets are here through the sponsorship and generosity of Kotak Personal Injury Law, enjoying the celebration here, honoring the veterans and the current members of the armed forces, and also supporting the Brampton Beasts as they take on the Toledo Walleye in today's ECHL fixture. Also, Wounded Warriors Canada benefits from the generosity of Kotak Personal Injury Law to the tune of $4,000 to help their work at Wounded Warriors Canada. Stay with us and roar it on, as the Brampton Beasts would say, for our veterans, our current members of the armed forces, and the Brampton Beasts here from the CAA Centre in Brampton, Ontario. Viewers will recognize my guest as Mr. Ninesh Kotak, President and Founder, Owner of Kotak Personal Injury Law. Our host today at Kotak Law's Military Appreciation Day at the CAA Centre, home of the Brampton Beast. Well, here we are again, the 4th straight year on a very, very special November the 11th. 100th anniversary of the signing of the armistice, and you've done it again. Look at the ceremony we had, the number of people, the cadets, their families, 1,000 families you've sponsored, you've bought tickets for. You just continue to do great, great work, Ninesh.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to do that. Today was an amazing event. We've done this 4 years in a row, and today was so special. As you said, we have the armistice signing exactly 100 years ago today, ending the war on the Western Front in World War I, where we saw such horrific casualties. You know, Canadians lost almost 70,000 troops and many, many injured, with a population of only 7.5 million. And honoring them today, honoring the troops, was so special. What really was special is having pretty well all of the city councillors come out from the city of Brampton, and having Mayor-elect come out, and an MPP Prab Sakaria come out on behalf of Doug Ford's government, the provincial government. That was honorable, and really most important, Don Cherry coming out and recognizing this event and dropping the puck with us. I think that was really touching to me. You know, he always has the military and veterans in his heart, as I do, and it was great to have him here. And I think it's been a quite successful 4th year.
Well, it certainly has been a successful 4th year, and it's not finished yet. The Beasts are still playing. But you know, as I look at this year after year, just from a very personal standpoint, I'm beginning to see that to remember the vets, remember what they served, you know, how they served and what they served for, and even and the current members of the military, to perpetuate the meaning of all of this in the minds of the youngsters is really, really important. No more is it just glib, you know, oh, well, we have to remember our veterans. They really understand. The ceremony we had here today really brought it home, and so many young cadets. It's really, really very good work.
Thank you so much. You're right, it's very important. You know, the youngsters learn about Canadian history, military history, World War I, World War II. They learn in grade 9 and grade 10 history. And hopefully it's not forgotten, but they look at it in textbooks. Something like this to bring veterans out to a game and have them, you know, hear Flanders Field live and see the cadets. I think it's very important. It's a good lesson for them. And speaking of the cadets, I tell you, they're such polite, wonderful people. You see so many out here today. And honestly, I'm really impressed by how many South Asian youngsters are in the cadets. And we can see that here today. And it really is amazing. They're you know, eventually they're going to become reservists in the military, if not soldiers. So they're really contributing to our society here in Canada. I'm so proud of them. We're so proud of them.
You said that, and that's absolutely true, because serving in the armed forces, it's a Canadian thing, and we are all Canadians.
Yes.
Diverse country that recognizes and appreciates the contributions of everybody.
Yes.
And hockey, the kids have taken to hockey, they're taken to the military. We had young Lieutenant Rajjo Singh, and he's going to be a fighter pilot.
Right.
So that's really, really wonderful stuff. You've been asked this time and time again, when we do these events and in other quarters, what is it that drives 9H Kotak and Kotak Personal Injury Law to do such great stuff?
You know, I was always taught growing up by my parents that it's what you give that counts. That's what you're going to be remembered by, how much you can give and how much you can care for others. And I think everyone who's really successful in society, has a good business running or what have you, you kind of owe it to the community to give back. And that's what I do, and I'll continue doing that.
Well, blessings to you, sir.
Thank you.
For doing the kind of stuff that you do. We still got a game to watch, and we were leading last time we took a look at. I know you're also a good hockey player. You've been in this game. You've played this game, and tell me about the Brampton Beast chances this year in this season.
You know what? They've actually got a pretty good team. They're affiliated with the Ottawa Senators now, so they get some players coming down. They got great goaltending. They've got a good team, and the first hope is that they make the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Listen, you've put, you've made many people here today remember the service of a lot of veterans and appreciate the service of current members of the armed forces. You've taken us back to 100 years. This is a very special year, and you continue to bring joy to less fortunate people here in the city of Brampton and the GTA. We thank you very much for that, and we thank Kotak Personal Injury Law.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure, my honor to do this.
I'm with Councillor Doug Willens, Wards 2 and 6, City of Brampton. Well, behind us here, the Brampton Beasts are trying to battle back here in this game against the Toledo Walleye, but it's a great day for the November the 11th Armistice Day celebration here at the CA Centre, isn't it?
Yes, it's a very great day. I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning. We had the sunrise service at the Meadowville Cemetery, and then we went to downtown Brampton to Ken Willens Square for the memorial service we had down there for the veterans that have fallen.
You come from a proud tradition of serving in Brampton. Your parents have always served the region of Peel. Your dad, your late dad, was mayor in this area. It's still not easy for everybody to serve because you have to be on the job all the time. But it's great that we have dedicated people like yourself to serve, much as we had dedicated and passionate and courageous veterans to serve this country during the World Wars and even now into peacetime.
Yes, it was, and I'm very honored to know that my grandfather served in Passchendaele in the First War. He entered the war as a 17-year-old. He entered underage, but he served our country, and he was shot, but he did survive. He came home and raised a beautiful grandson, I would think.
But it's always absolutely important that we keep remembering the sacrifices of our veterans, and also to recognize the efforts of our current members of the armed forces, because they really sacrifice a lot to give us the kind of freedoms that we enjoy.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have to always remember our fallen, remember our soldiers that made this country free, made this country a great country, and I feel very strong about the current veterans and the current armed forces. They honor us very, very well.
Before you go, let me say, sir, you've been serving the City Council here in Brampton for many years now, and as we get set for this new administration, what are your thoughts going forward?
I think we're going to have a good council. I think we've got a strong leader with Patrick Brown. I feel very confident. We're going to have our battles. We'll be on the battlefield, but I think we're going to move this city forward in the right direction.
Well, we are at the home of the Brampton Bees, the CA Centre, and with me now, and you'll recognize him certainly by the hat. It's the ubiquitous hat whenever the Brampton Bees plays. So he reminded me, Kerry Kaplan, President and General Manager of our Brampton Beast? Well, November the 11th. Again,
Yes,
here we are,
yes.
Kotak Military Appreciation Day, Brampton Beast hockey all around. It's a fabulous day for everyone.
Well, and it's something special today. Normally we play on the 12th or the 13th of November because you go for your nearest Sunday. This year, November 11th actually occurs on a Sunday, and today marks the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. So it really is a privilege to be part of this, and for a moment for us all to reflect and realize what our troops do for us.
Well, you certainly, along with the partnership you have with Kotak Law, and you put together a fabulous ceremony here, recognizing the veterans and with all their families and current members of the armed forces as well, and their families here, the cadets in attendance. But it was a wonderful tribute, and a great sportsman himself in hockey. The old Don Cherry was also here too.
Yes, Don Cherry made it. I mean, it's the second time in, I guess we've done this 6 years, and the second time he's been able to come. And, he's a Canadian legend. And the two things that he is most passionate about are the military and hockey. So when the two come together, that's a perfect scenario for him, and it was great to have him here as well.
Well, he is a true Canadian, and putting hockey and the veterans and the armed forces together is so Canadian. I mean, what is more Canadian than hockey? And the sort of service that our veterans gave in the two world wars and continue to give after in other ensuing wars, and even now in peacetime, we can't help but be so thankful.
Look, we're lucky. We get to watch a hockey game. They can't in Syria and Afghanistan and Iraq and places. It's tough to do that. They're not. So we're lucky. We live in a great country, and to be able to do that, and again to be able to recognize the people that give so much, past and present, is very important to us.
Kerry, whenever we get a chance to talk, sometimes at occasions like these and on others, I can't help but mention that every time that I watch the Beast, I watch the product here on the ice, and it's fabulous. And I'd like to encourage, as I'm sure you would like to see, more and more fans, not only from Brampton, but from the GTA, come out to watch a game. This is big-time hockey here. It has the feel of everything, and I think they should come out. Tell us a little bit about the Beast this year.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we have a lot of full seats, but still a lot of empty ones. And I think, our goal always is to fill every seat in the building, and I think it's affordable. Yes, you can go see the Raptors or Leafs or Blue Jays, but most people can't afford it. Maybe that's once a year or once every 5 years. Here, parking's free. It's great entertainment. We have hundreds of kids. There's dancing and singing. The intermission, we do some fun stuff. We do a laser show. It really is a great event for people. So yeah, if you haven't been, what's wrong with you? Let's go. Come on out. And if you've been once and loved it, come on back.
Steve Topham, the National Partnerships Director of Wounded Warriors Canada, beneficiary of a check for $4,000 courtesy of Kotak Personal Injury Law at today's Military Appreciation Day. Well, we met earlier, Mr. Topham, but today is the day. Today is the actual day where we recognize and appreciate the work of all the members of the Canadian Armed Forces. And again, the Wounded Warriors Canada are beneficiaries of a check for $4,000 from Kotak Personal Injury Law. Your thoughts, first of all, on the ceremony we had today and the way that the Brampton Beast and Kotak Personal Injury Law remembers the veterans.
Well, the service itself was very moving. Having the cadets out, as well as seeing the Lest We Forget jerseys on the Beast themselves, it was just very, very impressionable for me. And having the opportunity to receive that donation from Kotak Law, it really does mean so much for the charity. It really allows us to continue to do the work that we are to make a difference.
Give us a sense of Wounded Warriors Canada and the kind of work you do.
Well, we're a mental health charity that delivers and develops clinically facilitated programs for our ill and injured veterans, first responders, and their families that are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Sir, your thoughts on what's happening here today in remembering the veterans, the overall presentation here, and the partnership between, as National Partnerships Director with Wounded Warriors Canada, there's a partnership here between Kotak Law and the Brampton Beast. Your thoughts on what you see here today in terms of that partnership?
Well, we believe that partnerships really do make our programs possible. And what we've seen here today is really the guiding ethos of Wounded Warriors Canada, which is to honor the fallen and to help the living. And also, you know, our guiding mandate now is that we are all in this together, and that no one organization or level of government is going to be able to do this on their own. So we're grateful that there are organizations such as the Brampton Beast and Kotak Law that are there to help us.
I'm with Lieutenant Corey Hay, 758 Argus Squadron, and like everyone else, he's attending this Military Appreciation Day that's sponsored by Kotak Personal Injury Law, and we're also enjoying their Brampton Beast hockey game. First of all, Lieutenant Hay, the 100th anniversary, the signing of the armistice. It's got to be a very, very special day, as all November 11ths are, but particularly special for all members of the armed forces, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, every year we celebrate Remembrance Day, but this day is definitely something that allows our youth to see, 100 years is a milestone, and for them to celebrate a milestone with us, it's a great opportunity.
Tell us, in terms of your squadron and your contemporaries, what sort of feeling you have when this time of year comes around?
Well, it's one of our biggest days, of course, being part of the Canadian Cadet Organization, which is, connected to the Canadian Forces. And so it is definitely something that we all come out with poppy selling, supporting our legions, and being a big part of the community, because this is the most important thing that we have going on.
Tell us about the Argus Squadron, 758. I'm also curious myself, how do these names come about and the numbers?
As for the names and the numbers, I'm actually not sure where the numbers and the names come from. The squadron's been around for over 50 years. It's been a really big part of the community in Brampton. We focus on leadership, on community service, on promoting physical fitness. There's a lot of things that we do with our cadets that allow them to become better citizens.
And the young cadets that are here today, we see many of them around. How are they enjoying or feeling? How do they feel about the celebrations we have here today?
It's a really big opportunity for them. Them being able to play the national anthem, which they did today, for our color party or our flag party to be on ice and to represent the flags of our country. It's a really big opportunity for them, someone who may not have the opportunity normally to come to a game like this. Mr. Kotak has allowed us to be here, and it's a really great opportunity.
I'm now with Chief Warrant Officer Rajjo Singh, and he is also with the 758 Argus Squadron. First of all, November the 11th, always a special day, as Lieutenant Hay told us. How do you feel about the celebrations we have here today, honouring and remembering all the members of the Canadian Armed Forces, those who have served and those that are still serving?
Oh, I mean, it's great. You see a lot of people come out and they support our veterans. So, I mean, it's always just great just seeing people wear poppies and people just show the respect to the fallen and also the people who are serving at the moment. Because it's not only for the fallen and people who have passed away, it's also for people that are still serving. As you see Lieutenant Hay, he's still serving, and there's also a lot of people that are still serving right now in the military. They're in Afghanistan, they're in Iraq, they're all over. So it's just, I love seeing our community support everyone who's still in the military.
And when you go to work, where do you go? Are you here in Ontario? Are you near the city of Toronto? Where do you go?
So I work here. Right now, I'm still a student, so I'm not a full adult yet. I'm still 18. So I just work at just a normal place. I'm just a normal person like you. So I stay in Ontario. I live in Ontario. I live in Brampton. But yeah, I don't go abroad yet. I will be joining the military soon, but we'll see where it goes.
Well, I guess to be a little more specific, you do have to do something in the armed forces, and there must be a place, an academy, a building that you go to. Where is that, and what do you do when you go there?
So right now, in cadets, we have a parade night that we have to go to and study. It's almost like school. So we parade one night every week. For us, it's Monday nights. And we go there, we teach cadets how to be a leader, how to do drill, and just how to live in certain ways, and also aviation base as well, because we're an air squadron, so we teach them about aviation, we teach them about the weather, we teach them about planes and aircrafts. But after air cadets, you can choose to go to, there's a Royal Military College, the RMC. You can choose to go there if you would like. If you would like to pursue the military, you can go there, and then you can study in a certain trade, and then you can get your degree through RMC, and then you become full in the military.
Well, then I have to ask you finally, what is it that you would like to do specifically? You want to fly some fighter jets, or what is it you want to do?
Of course, I'm actually planning on going to the military. I'm going to be a pilot in the military. Hopefully I get in. So we'll see where I go from there.
If you hear a whole lot of noise behind me, it's the fans screaming for the Brampton Beasts because they've just scored a goal. They're still behind, but they've just scored. So that's the noise behind as I'm with Mr. Mario Russo, who is a Brampton Sports Hall of Fame committee member. And are you enjoying the game, first of all?
It's amazing. It's a great event. I'd like to thank Brampton Beast and Danish Kotak for hosting the event. And it's a great thing that brings people in the community and recognition of wounded warriors and other people of service in the community.
Well, it is a great day for the Military Appreciation Day, November the 11th, the 100th anniversary of Remembrance Day. And here we are enjoying the game again. As a member of the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame, your thoughts on what has happened here overall today? I mean, we've got Remembrance Day celebrations. We've also got the game going on. So we've got a combination of great Canadian things happening here.
It is, and actually, it's very indicative of being Canadian. We've been able to pay our respects this morning to people that have given the ultimate sacrifice, and then also then being able to enjoy ourselves here in the community for what they've given their lives for, is that freedom to actually enjoy these moments with family and friends.
Tell us a little bit about the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame. I know you don't necessarily have to be a fabulous sportsman to be a member of the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame, but you must have played something in your time. What was your sport?
Soccer was my sport, and like you said, it's not a matter of just being an athlete. It's a matter of just wanting to support sports in Brampton and understanding that it gives the children in the community something to aspire to, and then recognizing people that have been doing such a great job over the years and bringing recognition to our city.
We've had undoubtedly some great sports people coming out of Brampton. Remember talking to Mike Weaver just recently, and some wrestlers and some boxers and a lot of great people. And I couldn't help but noticing that Mayor-elect Patrick Brown said that we've got great sports people coming out of here, and we'll continue to provide those facilities for them. I want to just put in a word here for my own sport. While I love hockey and so on, cricket. I hope we're going to be getting some more grounds in cricket.
I've actually been talking to a lot of people in the cricket community, and not only some grounds for cricket, and also cricket pitches with lights for evening games and things along those lines. This is what is beautiful about Brampton, is that bringing sports from all different ethnicities, and then allowing the children to enjoy those sports, and then cross promotion of those sports. So it's great.
It must be great stuff sitting and working in the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame. I mean, sports, it teaches us, so much. So much we learn from sports, and to be serving on a sports council, I think it's a fabulous volunteer job.
It's actually my honor to actually do that, and also, just give our 2 cents of how we want to see sports recognized in Brampton. And as you said, Mayor-elect Brampton Patrick Brown, hoping to bring greater things to Brampton for our recreation and our facilities. We have some great facilities, but we have some, we're the 9th largest city in Canada, so we need to play that role and keep on growing to that type of concept.